body forward. Your eyeballs were going like this.
Let it engine brake, right?
Good. So when you get to the top, you might do a quick trail stop. They were up, so that was good. And here's a really good way of thinking about it. Beautiful, that was a really good stop.
Welcome to MOTOTREK. I'm Rob Day, and it's really cool that so many people have learned so much from our videos. But I'm here to tell you today that there's no replacement for in-person training.
Sometimes you can actually just let go of it if it's perfectly balanced, right? So let me see if I can get this one to do it.
Learning from videos is great, and you really should watch all of our videos many, many times. But learning under the watchful eye of an instructor is not only safer, it'll also help you progress a lot faster.
Everybody get a chance to do a full circle around the bike? All right, good.
When you train with an instructor, you get immediate feedback. They are watching everything, your body position, your hands, your feet, and especially your eyes. And if anything isn't quite right, you hear about it right away so that on the next pass you can fix anything that wasn't perfect.
There it is, very nicely done. All right, so the only thing that I would say is get your weight back further. And I noticed too, as you were skidding, your eyeballs were going like this. All right, just keep your eyes up looking at that hillside.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
That's a lot faster than trying to figure it all out on your own just simply by watching videos.
All right, good. So I saw your ABS activate. Did you feel it? Yeah. It's like, ooh, all right? All right, so do another one.
One of the best parts about training with an instructor is the enthusiasm they bring. A good instructor celebrates your victories, and that positive reinforcement triggers the reward center in your brain, and it helps you cement those skills that you just learned.
Nice, that looked great. Unlike a car clutch, these bikes and most motorcycles, you're meant to use the friction zone of the clutch. You're not gonna smoke the clutch, unless you're winding the motor out, okay?
Good instructors know how to recognize your mental and physical state. All of us as riders, from time to time, will push ourselves beyond the point of mental frustration or fatigue, and then we're not learning anymore. So a good instructor knows how to recognize this and knows when it's time to either take a break or change the way material is delivered or whatever it takes.
All right, you guys feel a little bit rested up? You wanna run this whole thing in the other direction? All right.
Once a rider is frustrated or fatigued, they're simply not learning anymore. One of the most important reasons you might seek in-person training is safety. A good instructor will always have a current CPR and first aid certification. And in the case of anyone that's a member of the U.S. Motorcycle Coaching Association, they will also have endorsements for heat, concussion, and cardiac-related injuries. Most instructors also carry a very comprehensive first aid and trauma kit. It has everything in it that would be needed for the typical boo-boos that'll happen on a training day.
So these are all tricks to help you get the most out of what energy you've got in your body, right? Without expending it unnecessarily.
A good instructor also recognizes a situation before it turns into something dangerous. Typically, this is a fatigued rider. And we can jump in there and stop them, have them take a break, long before they keep pushing themselves to the point of getting hurt.
All right, that was great, except you're still fishing for the ground too soon, right? Okay. When this bike is in motion, don't put your foot down, all right? It can be super dangerous, especially if...
Was I back at all?
You could get back further, right, but here's the thing that I want to stress more than anything else.
There goes
if you start to put your foot down and it's in front of your foot peg, there's a really good chance that that foot peg could come and hit you in the back of the ankle or the back of the leg and could break your leg, right? So don't look for the ground until this bike is stopped, okay? All right, go ahead.
Another big benefit to in-person training is the camaraderie that comes with training in a group.
Nice and smooth. Be as smooth as you can with that clutch.
You have conversations with them during your breaks or at lunch that end up helping you cement these skills even further. Even the simplest things, like helping another rider pick up a drop bike, builds team spirit and a positive outlook. You'll also be making friends, and sometimes these friendships turn into lifelong riding buddies. You're not going to be meeting any riding buddies watching a YouTube video.
Same thing.
I did it worse that time.
Yep, you're like hop, skip, and a jump, right? Yeah. Really, that's super dangerous, okay? So whatever it takes to get out of that habit.
Training with an instructor where you're doing repetitive drills and getting immediate feedback is a really good use of your time. Practicing on your own, you could be doing the wrong thing and not know it, and wasting weeks or even months and not getting the knowledge that you really need. So at some point you have to ask yourself, what is your time worth?
Yeah, that was perfect. Your eyes never dropped.
That was good.
Very good. So if you want to go faster on the next two, feel free.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
Any type of in-person training with an instructor is going to be more effective than trying to learn from YouTube. There are lots of options here. It could be a training tour, or training on the trail as we call it. It could be the use of an OHV park, or going to a facility that is purpose-built for this kind of training. Right now I'm training a great group of riders at the Grit Moto Ranch near Park City, Utah. I love training here because Grit has built all the terrain features and obstacles that I need to teach these skills to my students. They have whoop-de-doos.
Very nice.
They have rock steps, gravel, a sand pit. They have a rock garden, and everything else you need to teach a class like this. One of the best features here is the natural terrain.
All right, so set your speed here, hold your clutch in, and just creep down on the front.
They have big, steep hills that I can use. They didn't have to manufacture them. Most students arrive to a training session with a lot of anxiety. Our goal as instructors is to turn that anxiety into confidence so that when you leave your training session, you can practice the skills we taught you without the tension and anxiety that you came here with.
Everybody, I noticed a little bit of wheel slip, just like I had towards the bottom. Everybody did exactly what they were supposed to, which is just to release some pressure and make sure that wheel starts turning, all right? Now you're not gonna have to worry about that. Now we're gonna engine brake down this thing. So you're just gonna approach the hill. It doesn't even matter what speed you start, right? Just don't stall, obviously, right? Let the clutch all the way out, don't touch the brakes at all, and just engine brake all the way to the bottom.
When you make the decision to get training from an experienced instructor, make sure that you choose someone that you think you can trust, because we are going to ask you to do things that are definitely outside of your comfort zone. If you don't trust the person that you've chosen to train with, it's never gonna work.
All right, here comes with ABS off now.
You should choose someone that's free of the big ego problems.
All right, so my weight is back, my eyes are up. That's a pretty quick stop, right? Now at the very end of that one, I had to release the front brake a little bit and then reapply it because I could feel that I was about to lose the bike.
Somebody that says something to you like, do this or we're gonna take away your man card, anything along those lines, that's probably not a wise choice for somebody as an instructor. What you're looking for is someone that's perfectly willing to explain to you the struggles that they had when they first started riding off-road. I've been an instructor now for about 11 years, and I still, to this day, find some type of motorcycle training that I can take at least every year. The reason is because I understand the benefit of in-person training. I know it's going to make me a better rider, whether it's on-road or off. It's all beneficial.
All right, so let's hop back on our bikes. We'll get back in line. We'll keep doing this.
If you've taken in-person training before, then you already know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I highly recommend that you do. You'll be surprised at how much you get out of it. There are qualified instructors all over the world. If you've had a really good instructor that you really like, let everybody know. Drop their name in the comments.
And then the third method is just go for it, yeah. Charge the hill, have fun with it, right?
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the trail.
You only do that if you've been up this hill before, right? If you're out in the woods and you're riding this great trail and you're like, oh, look at this hill climb coming up. You don't go charging up that hill because you don't know what's on the other side. And this has happened to me, like on the Colorado BDR, the first time I rode it, I went charging up this hill, and right as I got to the top, I'm like, oh, there's just this huge lake of mud. And of course, down I went, right?